We suffer more in our imagination than in reality. About 2,000 years ago, the philosopher Seneca wrote a line that feels more like a modern medical diagnosis than ancient wisdom, that we suffer more in our imagination than in reality. We are a species that has mastered the art of mental time travel. We can look at a perfectly calm Monday morning and within seconds simulate a catastrophic Friday afternoon. We imagine the conversation that hasn't happened, the rejection that hasn't really arrived, and the failure that isn't really possible yet. We tend to put ourselves through this emotional trauma of 1,000 different tragedies, most of which will never actually happen. Biologically, this is more of like a survival mechanism. Our ancestors had to imagine the lion in the grass to avoid being eaten. In the 21st century, there was no lion. There's just a vague email from your boss that says, "We need to talk." In the 3 hours between receiving that email and the actual meeting, your imagination puts you through a vivid, high definition simulation of being fired, losing your home, or failing your family. You feel that cold sweat, the racing heart, and that pit in your stomach. But by the time you sit down in the office and realize the meeting was just about a minor project update, you have already suffered the physical and emotional toll of a life shattering event. Reality was a 5-minute conversation. Imagination was a 3-hour nightmare. We are essentially ghostwriting our own horror stories. We take a tiny seed of uncertainty and we water it with the what ifs until it becomes a forest we can't see our way out of. We spend our mental energy solving problems that haven't happened yet, leaving us way too exhausted to handle the life that is happening. This tragedy of this is that imagination is supposed to be our greatest tool. It's the engine of art, creativity, innovation, and empathy. But when it's fueled by an anxiety at a constant state, it becomes more of a weapon we turn on ourselves. We treat our intrusive thoughts as if they are news reports from the future. We mistake the intensity of our feelings for the probability of an outcome. Now, how do we stop this simulation in our thoughts? Well, it really starts with the realization that your thoughts are not facts. They are just hypotheses. When you find yourself spiraling in a future suffering loop, you have to bring yourself back to the evidence of the present. Just ask yourself, what is happening right now? Right now, you are breathing. Right now, you are safe. Right now, the disaster is only existing in a world made of thoughts. We cannot control the world, but we can control the narrative we tell ourselves about it. You'd have to stop treating yourself and your imagination like a crystal ball and start treating it like a sandbox. The weight you are carrying isn't the weight of your life, it's the weight of the lives you've imagined. Drop the hypothetical burden. Stop rehearsing the tragedy, because when the hard times actually do come, and they will, you'll need that strength for the reality, not the rehearsal. Reality is rarely as cruel as the stories we tell ourselves. It's time to stop living in horror and start living in the room. Thanks for watching.